Welcome to MTV Glow, where bright conversations always flow. This is MTV Glow, people you should know. Welcome to MTV Glow, where you discover the people you should know. I'm Rav Mendiratta, your host and an expert in AI and SEO for law firms. At MTV Glow, we shine a light on the incredible professionals in our provisors community through real and human conversations. Each episode gives you a quick, engaging look at the people behind the titles, how they work, who they serve, and what makes them unique. From fun intros and ideal referrals to AI insights and smart marketing tips, this is your fast track to know, like, and trust the voices in our provisors network. So let's dive in and see what makes today's guest glow. Today's guest is Dawn Thomas, a real estate expert who believes that a home is far from an address. It's the foundation of family and life. A University of San Francisco grad and Harvard-trained negotiator, Dawn blends heart, strategy, and integrity to help clients find the right home and make confident, life-changing decisions. Welcome, Dawn. Welcome to MTV Glow. Thank you for joining us today.
I really appreciate it, Rob. Thanks for the opportunity to get to know you better and maybe explain a little bit more about me.
Absolutely. We would love to learn a lot from you today. So let's start with, how do you explain what you do to a 10-year-old?
Well, I had a lot of different answers on this because I think it's a great question. But I think probably one of the better ones is that think of me as a helper in a big trading game. And, like if you think of cards, maybe only the cards are homes or houses. So what I do is I help people, buyers and sellers, trade their homes for a better one for them. That's maybe a better fit. Maybe sometimes that's bigger or smaller. So that's how I would explain it to a 10-year-old.
That's a great analogy. I have a 10-year-old actually, and she does Monopoly. So she's used to trading homes, but I think I'll use this example of trading up or trading down with her next time. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that. Now, every profession has its myths and misconceptions people often have. In your line of business, what is one misconception people often have about what you do, and what's the reality behind?
um, that it's really easy. That I mean, people really do think that selling real estate is really easy. And it's not rocket science, and it's certainly not, time sensitive like somebody on an operating table. Although some of the clients would like you to think that it's, death is going to come to this if something doesn't happen, but it's just not the case. There's so much that goes into, selling a property, and even before that, you know, um, we as business owners, and real estate brokers are independent contractors. I happen to be with Compass, but I have a broker's license with Compass, so I am an independent contractor. We're responsible for everything, our own health insurance, marketing ourselves, acquiring a client, networking. That's how you and I know each other through provisors. I was up in San Francisco networking with some private wealth people yesterday. So it's a lot of time that goes into all of this, and that's just to really procure a client. Then it comes to, marketing a property, or if you're helping a buyer buy a property, then that's a whole separate set of things that we get done. On average, the average listing is roughly 208 different things that we do to get a property sold. And we try to make it, if you know the analogy where a swan is gliding on top of the water, but underneath it's chaotic. But we try to keep the water line up view very, very simple and non-chaotic for our clients as much as possible. And we try to mitigate things that we know based on our experience that we can see that might cause us a challenge down the road. But again, I'll reiterate, it's not rocket science, but it's not easy. So
208 things can be anything but easy.
yeah,
Amazing. Kudos to you and all the realtors out there for doing so much.
thank you.
Now, every industry has its own challenges and things which kick us out of our beds and say that, okay, I'm going to solve this problem. What is the problem which you are passionate about solving in what you do, and how does it matter? Why does it matter to your clients?
That's a great question, and it's got a lot of different answers that I could, and I'll do my best to keep it streamlined here. Um, Very simply, the challenge in our industry is the view that real estate agents and real estate brokers are not necessarily, a profession that is maybe respected as much as it should be. And to the public's point, it's very, very easy to get a simple real estate salesperson's license. It's much harder to get a broker's license.
Mm,
The testing is far different. The preparation is far different.
mm,
And the thing that I am passionate about solving is to, break that mold. It's why I've spent pretty much my entire 21-year long career teaching other real estate agents how to be better. I've spoken on multiple national stages at various different events and conferences for real estate on how to do things better, how to make the experience more remarkable for clients, how to market yourselves better, how to negotiate better. I have a certificate from Harvard Law School's program in negotiation, and it's something that I really, really am passionate about as realtors and really anybody who serves the public in any different way. We all need to be upping our skill set all of the time. And for instance, I'm taking a mediation certification course. I started last Saturday, and for the next 4 Saturdays, I'm on Zoom 8:30 to 5:30 for those 5 Saturdays. And this is through the San Francisco Bar Association. People have asked me, well, why are you doing this? You're not an attorney. And I said, because I'm often in situations, especially with families that have multiple properties,
mm,
um, you know, typically considered high net worth type families, that, they don't always agree upon what to do with all of these properties once maybe the mother or father or both pass away, right? And so mediation skills are very, very important to get families through those types of things.
mm.
And, so that's why I'm doing that. So, again, passionate about changing the view of our industry because there are a lot of very, very good brokers and salespeople out there in the real estate industry. There's some bad ones too, but that goes along with
Yeah, that's true for
any
any industry.
industry.
And
So,
kudos to you for doing so much. I don't think
thank
I
you.
know a single realtor, and I know dozens who have done something in the legal space and also are getting certified on mediation. So amazing job. And I honestly didn't even know that real estate sales license and broker's license, there is such a big demarcation. So thank you
Yes.
for educating me on that. Now, coming to an area which I'm really passionate about, moving from your passion to my passion, AI. And as we know, AI is touching every field. What's one change you've already seen happen in your industry because of AI?
So I will join in your passion about AI and ChatGPT because I love it. I love it all. So I'm a flag waver in favor of using, ChatGPT and AI responsibly. And I say responsibly because I see some very good information come out of it and some good, time saving type of tools we can put into place in our businesses and also to help serve our clients, more efficiently and better, which is truly the most important thing to me. And then I've seen some really not so great things. So I'll give you a for instance. There are some people out there that I know that have put like a property inspection into, which can typically be 35 to 45 pages, depending on the size of the house and how, in-depth the inspector actually is. They'll load it up into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to do a summary. And they don't, we're supposed to read those inspections. So you know what I'm going to say here next. ChatGPT misses maybe a whole, number of sections, which are pretty pertinent that the buyer, would need to know on making a choice on, do I really want to, buy this house? Number one, what, if so, what type of price point do I want to, submit? And do I want to reduce that price or ask the sellers to take care of all these things? And those types of mistakes are not only problematic from a legal perspective, but also a fiduciary perspective. As a fiduciary, we are all supposed to read everything, and the buyers and sellers are supposed to read everything, and not just rely on ChatGPT to summarize things for us. In a good way, I love it for, business planning. I used to spend 2 to 3 days on business planning every year. And now I can do that in, a few hours really with ChatGPT because I have a great template and I go in and tweak it. It'll, tell me who my biggest competitors are out there. And, so it's really, really a fabulous tool. And I see it only getting better as time goes on. We've hired an AI coach, and my virtual assistant, who is full time with me, who's got an architectural degree, is taking care of implementing all of these things. That our AI coach has given us a 327-page playbook. Now, when I got that, my eyes rolled back in my head, and I said, "There's no way I can implement this," but my VA is doing a great job. We just take section by section. And they're all ways that I found pain points in my business that I thought, this could be better. We're always looking for things on the Don Thomas team on how we can make things a better experience for our clients and also, help save us time. And if we could save a little money in the process, then that's great too. So
Cool. That's great to hear that it's not only improving productivity, but also creating a better experience for your customers. That's
yes,
awesome.
yes,
Now, moving on to our favorite topic, provisors.
yes.
How can fellow provisors members who are watching, listening, how can we best support you? What's a good referral, a great referral for you?
So I love provisors. I've been in provisors over 10 years. And I'm not somebody that would stay in something that long if I didn't find it to be wonderful. Um, the biggest reward for me in provisors is truly that if I need somebody that can advise on real estate law. There's multiple real estate attorneys that I know, 1031 exchange. If I have somebody that truly needs an IP type of situation, we have a lot of IP litigators, and we've got somebody like you who's an expert in AI. There's a lot of, you'd be surprised some of the questions that I get asked by clients. Because if you think about it, I'm involved in a very, very intimate space of theirs for, however long we're working together. And so I love that aspect of provisors. In terms of how people can help me, I like to work with nice people who are, interested in buying or selling real estate in Silicon Valley. If they're looking to buy or sell outside of Silicon Valley, I have spoken at so many conferences and I have so many really great professionals that I know personally, that I can refer them to. That's how I get part of my income is through referrals through licensed brokers. Um, we were just on the Big Island, my husband and I, for 8 days, and we spent 4 out of the 8 days that we were there, either with realtors at a Compass event, just networking, and my husband knows that that's part of the gig, being married to me. He's very understanding.
Awesome. Big Island is on my list to go to. I've been to
Yeah,
Honolulu a few times, but yet to make it to Big Island. But
let me
that's
know. I love that island. It's one of my favorites. Happy to help.
cool. Thank you. And that's great to hear that provisors is not only a great support for referrals, but you are able to help your clients with other experts as well. That's awesome. Outside
Okay.
of work, what's something you're proud of or a story that shows us a different side of you? Anything you would like to share on that front?
Yeah, I'm very, very proud of the fact that I've been married almost 20 years next year. I have a great husband. It's not always been easy, but we've really we're each other's best friends and we really laugh and have a great time, and there's nobody we'd rather be with. And following up on that, we've traveled extensively around the world. I'm very, very proud of that because not a lot of people get those opportunities. I mean, a lot of people in Silicon Valley do, but if you think about the lifestyle that we have and the experiences, which it's all about the experiences to me. Learning other cultures, just experiencing foods and sights and everything that has to do with the world being my basically classroom. I'm very, very proud that we get to do that. And there's a lot of other things that I could mention here, but I recently lost a lot of weight, which I'm very proud of, and I am getting much better at the gym. Being able to work out and develop strength quite a bit. And I'm proud of, we've gone through 6 remodels together, my husband and I. And again, we've got a very solid marriage, so that says a lot. A lot of people would not go through that. So there's a lot of things that I'm proud of,
That's
that we've
amazing.
done together.
Fitness to travel to remodels. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
So
to, towards the end, I would love it if you could share one tip for provisors members. How can they maximize their provisors experience since you've been in it for 10 years? That's awesome.
yeah, I'm going to say 2 things. Sorry, I know you just asked for one, but I always overachieve here, Rav. Uh, show up and engage. You have to show up, you have to engage. And what engaging looks like is, make your troikas happen. Even if you don't have a scheduled troika, and you want to get to know somebody, send them an email, pick up the phone and call them and schedule, some time together. It is so important. The meetings are just part of it, right? Our chapter meetings. And if you're an affiliate group, I also recommend doing that. But also, most importantly, is show up with give first mindset. You're not improvisers to take. There are a bunch of books called, Give First and Giving First, and there's reasons for that. It's about giving first, seeing what you can do to help people that you come in contact with. I love to connect others. So I'm constantly, that's a good portion of my day is connecting this person with that person. And don't expect something out of it. I mean, just give first and, things will happen. That's what I call good karma. And that's what, being in these relationships is all about is truly helping others from the heart, and everything else will follow.
Absolutely. That's great advice. Thank you so much, Don. I learned a lot, and I'm sure our viewers will learn a lot as well when they watch this. So thank you for being on MTV Glow, and I look forward to
Seeing you next week.
touring you and seeing you next week. Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Have a
Thank
great day and thanks so much.